mi gente? It's your boy Almega. You know what it is? It's our monthly visitor. No, it ain't that flow for the ladies. You know what I mean? It's something that feels better. Actually, it makes you way happier because this is chock full of amazing content. And today we have the man himself, the one that's going to show us what's hot on the box. And which box is that? That is Redbox, the one, the only, the king of the streams. Let me roll those R's, Mr. Chris Woolsey. How you doing, homie?
Woo! Man, I was working like a dog right before we logged on, and I was like, man, I need 1,000 cc's of Almega right now because I am flagging, and now I can feel the energy just rising.
You feel it, brother? Do you feel the vitamins and the minerals flowing through you, brother?
I do.
Let's go. But I'm happy to see you once again. Like every month, brother, we hang out. We get to talk some dope stuff behind the scenes sometimes where we just bullshit and reconnect. But then we start talking about the awesomeness of the family that is the Chicken Soup for the Soul Entertainment family. And we're starting with this one joint right here, Redbox today, folks. And listen, it is October. You know it's going to be chock full of goodness on these streaming channels. You know it. And especially a free one, folks. You know what I mean? I wish I had an echo chamber right now so you could just go free. Let's do it. All right, folks. Let me bring it up. It's a little bit different so you guys can see. First up, mi gente. Wepa.
Yeah, buddy.
What's this, brother?
So we've got, a lot of times the programming team will kind of build the programming with themes. And for whatever reason this month, they did a lot of biopics. So we've got a lot of history on the platform. And this is an amazing film. Valkyrie starring Tom Cruise. It's actually the true story of this cabal of guys in the inner circle of the Third Reich who were trying to assassinate Hitler during the height of World War II. They kind of saw the writing on the wall, realized that he was driving the country to disaster, and they decided to try to get rid of him with an assassination plot. Kenneth Branagh's in it from Dunkirk, and Tom Wilkinson.
Frankenstein too, right?
Yeah. But it's a great film. They do a really good job. Tom Cruise is fantastic.
I haven't watched this. Interesting. I haven't watched this yet.
It was really good.
I like these World War II, type flicks. Pretty cool right there, There we go, folks. Tell you who's in there. All right. But excellent. And then we have The Last Days on Mars. I mean, really? Have we had any day on Mars yet? All right,
we've not had any day, but when we do get there, there's going to be last days. Yeah, exactly. This is a great. So I missed this when it was in the theaters. I don't know how I missed it because it has one of my favorite actors, who I think is one of the most underrated actors in Hollywood, Liev Schreiber, from the Manchurian Candidate. Yeah, he's the lead. He's the lead in this thing.
Oh man, Elias Cortez, Romulo Garay, what's popping?
Dude, it is good. So it's very Alien-esque. And it's a crew, the first crew to live on Mars for an extended period. They're getting circulated out. And just before they leave, a couple of crew members are like, oh, we got to go get this thing we left at one of the sites. And Liev Schreiber's like, absolutely not. And they sneak out anyway because they're doing something shady. And while they're there, there's a sinkhole that takes both of them down into this cavern. And of course, there's something horrible inside this cavern, and they bring it back to headquarters.
Of course they do.
Of course, why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they?
I love this type of shit, bro. Very thingish as well, Something happens with some fucking alien shit.
Yep. Elias Koteas from The Thin Red Line is in it. It's really it's a great film. I'm a big fan, so check that one out.
And already available, folks, right there.
Boom.
Mississippi is wow, Gene Act. Oh, say word. Wait a minute. I don't even know this. Wow.
This star-studded. Now, this is a super important movie. Another biopic. sort of. It's a historical drama. But Gene Hackman, Willem Dafoe play investigators. It's based on the true life murders of 3 civil rights workers in Mississippi in 1964. It was nominated for 7 Oscars. I mean, the performances, the writing, the directing, the art direction, everything about this movie is brilliant. It won Best Cinematography, the Oscar. It's an amazing story, and for my money, it's some of the best performances of their careers. It's a great film.
Right there. And see, folks, already available on the platform for free, folks. Free. Now we got Bullets Over Broadway. Oh, well, wow, man. Talk about another star-studded one. What's popping?
Right?
What are you guys doing over here? The madness.
I know. It's crazy. We've got John Cusack, Diane Wiest, who I've always had an affinity for because she looks almost identical to my sainted mother-in-law. So I've always loved her. Obviously in Lost Boys, she's brilliant. Jennifer Tilly, Chaz Palminteri, one of my favorite actors. So this one is great. It's super fun. John Cusack is great as always in this. Highly recommended.
And there we go, folks. See, also available. Wherever. Oh, snap. Oh,
what?
Yeah, bro. Man.
JCVC in the his out.
Yo, man, me and the fellas, yo, we love this. This is an iconic film for us 90s cats for sure, too. You know,
no joke. Like
cats, yo.
This and Lionheart.
Lionheart! Let's do it.
Such a great movie.
Crazy.
So yeah, if you're looking to see people get their butts kicked, this is definitely the one for you. It's super fun.
Iconic, fun film, bro, for real. Yeah, man. A film of its time as well. And, you know, early Jean-Claude Van Damme as well, you know. So this fire flick, fire.
Absolutely. And yeah, you got to check that one out. Legally Blondes, the little-known sequel to Legally Blonde. If you're looking for something a little lighter, a little cuter, sans Reese Witherspoon, but a fun flick nonetheless. Check out Legally Blondes.
Excellent. There we go. Move from England to California. The youngest cousins of so they're related though. They're cousins.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they were on a bunch of like Nickelodeon shows. Yeah.
Okay, bet. See, folks, already available. Experimenter. Now this sounds insane. Peter Sarsgaard, Winona Ryder. What?
Yeah. This is another historical drama, and it's the true story of Dr. Stanley Milgram, who super controversial. I guess you'd call him a sociologist, but he was fascinated with what people were willing to do during World War II because of the Nazi regime. You know, people kept saying, I was just following orders. So after the war, he decided to do experiments to see how far people would go to torture other people if they were given the command to do so by an authority figure.
What?
So Stanley Milgram was a very controversial individual because when he first came up with these experiments, he was hailed as a genius. But then once people started seeing the results of it and the details of what he forced people to do in these experiments, he was sort of demonized in the media. So it's a very interesting story, and it's not the first time that Sarsgaard has played somebody like that, because he also played Kinsey, who was the scientist in the Kinsey Report, who was also demonized for a very good reason, because his experiments were horrifying and should never have been done. So Sarsgaard clearly has a penchant for these kinds of characters.
Or maybe he is one of those mad scientists and we just don't know. I mean, look at how he's looking at us.
I'm not going to let him babysit the kids. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
You and me both, brother.
Oh, you are so excited.
Let's go. Chris
Let's do
Woolsey,
it right now. right now.
I see you at New York Comic Con or San Diego, you and I are gonna have an over-the-top match. They're gonna have to get recorded. But are you ready for the madness of our
Don't move your elbow. No moving your elbow. I can't.
Yeah, baby.
I can't wait. Yeah, this is. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this is the greatest arm wrestling movie of all time.
Bro, I think
you heard it here.
Right?
You heard it here.
Bro, I will say this. When this movie came out, I was in junior high school. Yo, this shit started arm wrestling competitions and amongst classes and then between classes. So it was like figure out who are the top 3 strongest in whatever class. Yeah. I was always arranging there in the top 3. Almega had some guns back in the day.
Nice.
So I was like, all right, at least in the top 3. There was just some dudes that, it was not fair, like heavyweights versus the middleweight. No,
totally. There's always that one kid that had like a thyroid condition that was like 290 in 6th grade.
Yeah, bro. Like, are you serious right now? Like, even I know right now, I'll try. But I know I'm done. Like this
now, his parents, they honeymooned at Chernobyl. There was nothing you could do about it.
Yeah, for real. But I'll be like, I'm just gonna be stuck here. Either we're gonna be deadlocked or he's taking me down. That's the only thing that's gonna happen.
Yep, I'm gonna snap that elbow.
Am I gonna win? No, and I did not want to snap. No. After watching this movie, do you know how horrified? I'm scared. I mean, I have 2 fears then actually. Anything that has to do with eye shit, I don't like touching my eye. Like contacts is not my thing. Like you have to knock me out to put contacts on me.
Sure.
And now it's gonna have to be that like seeing bone come out your arm. Nah, bro, I do not want to see that on any level.
Nope. No, sir.
A classic movie, bro, for real. Oh man, you brought me back. Oh, whatever you smell.
Right.
She caused many sins back in the day.
Miss Jolie, if you're nasty. Yeah. And Antonio Banderas. Possibly the 2 most attractive people on the planet at that moment. So this is actually like a thriller. They get together. It's hot heavy, and then it ends up that she may not be who he thinks she is. It's really good. Really well done. If you like looking at beautiful people, this is definitely the one for you.
Right there, and getting available now. Oh my God! Hey, my man, Pesci, classic, yo.
So great. He's just phenomenal. This is a super fun. So he's like a mob bagman who, as the title says, has a duffel bag with 8 heads in it, and goes on a flight, and they lose his luggage. So he's got to now track down where his duffel head full of bags is. But he's great in it as always.
When it comes to comedy, there's no other. I mean, I know when people looked at him as for the mafia guy, oh, this is the 90s tough guy because he got typecast for a minute, as the mafia dude. But no, even before that, he worked with Rodney Dangerfield. Easy money, man. What? You know how funny that movie is? Like
Lethal Weapon 2.
Bro,
remember him in Lethal Weapon 2? He's hysterical.
Yeah.
Hey, F you in the drive-thru. Every time you use the drive-thru.
Man. I mean, in comedic roles, Joe Pesci was the effing man. Oh, and this guy scares me.
As well, he should.
Yo, bro, like, look, like, just not for nothing. Amazing effing actor. But just look at him. Like, this, you would think that this guy's going to turn on you in a minute and try to do something to you.
Oh, absolutely. I'm pretty sure he comes crawling out of my closet every night at like 2:30 in the morning and just stands at the end of my bed.
All of a sudden, you hear Woolsey's wife be like, "What's wrong with you? Stop moving so much."
This one is super funny. So it's the sort of true story of this guy who convinced people that he was Stanley Kubrick. And he went around town and he told enough people that he was Stanley Kubrick that the whole town started believing him.
No way.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. So, and of course, Malkovich's performance is just idiotically through the roof. my son and I are going to watch Being John Malkovich this weekend. He was just asking me if we could watch that.
Oh, wait till he sees that. Then he's gonna understand what I meant. Like, talk about like, yeah, for real, that this man is scary. He's scary.
He's from another planet. Yep.
Yeah. Scary talented, but makes you nervous, man. Cyrus the Virus, bro. Redbox, I thought that was me. Oh, was that you? Who's the world's greatest dad?
Right. So this is kind of like a forgotten. Gosh, why am I blanking on? Hello, welcome, Chris, to the interview. Robin Williams. Duh, I just totally blanked on his name. This is like kind of the forgotten Robin Williams movie, and this is about a high school teacher whose son passes away, and he's having a hard time processing it all, and so he actually comes up with a fake suicide note from his son, and then it all comes out to the press what he did to kind of protect his son's legacy. And it's touching. It's got a lot of comedy in there with Robin Williams, but I think it's such a tragedy we lost him when we did, but I think very few actors can bring equal parts comedy and drama to a role as well as he did. A great example of that.
Yeah, man, he was a great actor, but I wonder if that even led to that. You know what I mean? That conflict of good, bad, and all. I mean, as actors, sometimes stepping into so many roles, like, do you lose who you are sometimes? Like, how did you get back grounded to being who you are after maybe go for X amount of time? Like, I always think about that mental aspect when it comes to actors. Why we got to respect these people. I mean, this is it's big stuff, and look who we lost here. And to be honest, I don't really recall watching this film.
So, I don't remember it even being in the theaters, but definitely check this one out because
And look at this one, folks. Though it's not available just yet.
Another week
on Friday the 13th. Instead of being all scared if Jason's coming for your butt, you can watch some Robin Williams and laugh your butt off. All right,
there you go.
Let's do that. And that's actually all we got for Redbox for this month. Awesome, baby. Woo!
Well, to be fair, we do have about 600 horror films for Halloween as well. So
600.
There's so many. I lost
Should have been
count.
666.
I was going through the catalog last night, getting ready for some other interviews, and it's a little absurd. Halloween, Day of the Dead, Willy's Wonderland. An interesting one called Open 24 Hours. I don't know if you saw that one, but it's a young woman who's working at a convenience store in the middle of nowhere, and you find out that it's one of those movies that kind of drips the story out to you a little at a time, and you find out that her ex-boyfriend was a serial killer that she lit on fire, and he was sent to prison, and you find out in the course of the film that he's now escaped and is coming to find her. Super tense. It's one of those like single location, claustrophobic. Yeah. And it's also, I don't know if you ever saw Hitcher with Rutger Hauer.
Of course.
What I loved about that movie was every time you thought she was safe, something awful would happen and she would be in total danger again. And it just kept going. Like, you're like, oh, now she's with a family. He can't hurt her. And then, the police have arrived. Okay, she's going to be safe now. And oh, no. Like, it was, this movie's got that too. Like, every time you think the girl has come up with some way to get out of danger, it lasts for about 6 seconds and she's right back in it. So,
I mean, before we go, you mentioned that Rutger Hauer in that particular movie. I mean, I know he did a lot of movies, but that one is definitely my favorite performance because he was just batshit crazy.
He was so disturbing. I can't even begin to tell you. Yeah, that is probably my favorite. That or Blind Fury, of course, Blade Runner.
Yeah, man. I mean, he also hold with a shotgun one of his last performances.
He did, which we have next month on Redbox.
Oh my God! Oh, folks, you haven't watched that? It's awesome. There we go, folks. Once again, I've been showing the link off. Check them out at Redbox.com. You get the app. It's free everywhere. Your TV, your phone, and then you can go rent movies at those nice little red boxes for real, from a certain location. So get it done. Get the entertainment. This is what they're doing for you right here. DVD ain't free, all right? But definitely they have tons of free choices on the internet platforms, all right? And with that, thank you, Mr. Woolsey.
Thank you, my good friend. I can't wait to come back, and we'll talk some Crackle.
Exactly. Crackle's next, folks. Stay tuned so you can see all the madness you'll get into. Hasta la próxima. Hueva!